welcome and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the story about my dream closet, all the way from vision till completion. Yes. Before I get started, I'd like to say a very big thank you to my subscribers. Thank you so much, guys, for staying with me. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you guys a whole lot. God bless you. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on my beautiful face. My name is Buki. I make videos about luxury handbags, about solid gold jewelry. I make videos about beauty and fashion sometimes. If any of those things is something that rocks your boat, feel free to join us by hitting the subscribe button below. And I promise you, you're gonna have a lot of fun around here. You are not going to regret it. Overall, guys, don't forget to hit the notification bell by the subscribe button below so you can be alerted each time when I upload a new video for you here on YouTube. All right, so without further ado, let's just jump right into the gist. I'm going to advise you grab a glass of your favorite beverage, you know, wine, tea, coffee, smoothie, just anything you can sip on to enjoy this video. I want to advise you grab it. So yeah, if you have clicked on this video, I'm sure you are somebody who is into like girly stuff, you know, like having your own closet and all that good stuff. Yes, that used to be my dream. That has actually been my dream for the longest, and for every chance that I get, I usually just try to put myself, you know, some kind of, you know, closet. I don't need much space. I'll always have to look like a tiny shelf and just make it like a closet for myself. And when I was able to, at the point when I was able to use a whole room for myself as a closet, I did that. Now I'm in a new house, you know, where I have installed my dream closet, and I just wanted to share the story behind my closet with you guys. My family and I just moved into a new home. So in our previous home, I also had a dedicated room for my closet where I used to record my videos. I had my bags, my shoes, some of my clothes were in that particular room. So I used to call that room my closet, you know. So coming into this house, I had a dream, guys. I had a very, very big dream to install my dream closet. You know, all the ones that you see on Instagram, on Google, very nice, luxurious, well-lit closet with the chandelier and the highland and all that good stuff. I had a dream, guys. I had a dream. I was gonna put in like the closet of my dream in my house, in my new house. And yes, that was what I actually tried to do. However, something happened along the line, and before I get into what happened, I just want to walk you again all the way from my vision till completion. Yes, obviously we already have a closet. After this video, I plan to take you on a tour. So I'm going to be taking you on a tour so you guys can see like what my whole closet looks like. So whenever I'm filming for you guys, you can kind of like envision where what is, or where I am probably standing in my closet, because I know I've been switching around my closet a lot, and some people have actually DM'd me asking me details about my closet, which I totally understand. I do that too. Like before I was able to install my dream closet, I used to ask people like, okay, how did you do it? How did you achieve it? Things like that. So yeah, I'd like to walk you through, you know, first the story behind it, then I'll do a tour. For the tour, I'm gonna need maybe my husband to film me while I go around the closet and not only show you the closet, but show you how I kind of like set up the closet. I'm gonna be doing that much later, but let me start with this one, then I'll do the other one. I mean, I don't mean much later. I'm gonna be doing that one soon, so that is coming. Look out for my closet tour video. It is coming really, really soon. So yeah, as a girl, I had a dream, and for every space that I get, I would install some kind of closet for myself, or I would kind of like set up. I'd always like to do my girly setup. I've always loved handbags. I've always loved playing dress up. I've always loved looking good. I've always loved dressing all the way up. That has always been my thing, and I've always looked for a way to make it work for me, irrespective of where I am. So when I had the opportunity in my previous 2 homes to have like a dedicated room for my things. In my previous home, I was using the guest room, so it was like half guest room, half my closet. So technically, when we have guests, they sleep in the room where my bags are. I don't feel comfortable with that, not because that I don't feel comfortable with them, with my bags. I actually don't feel comfortable that I'm making people sleep where my bags are. I totally do not feel comfortable with that, because I had this very huge tall shelf that had my bags and my clothes. I wasn't comfortable with it, like having that in the guest room. However, that was like as much as I could do. We do have guests, like not as often anyways, so I decided to just wing it. So whenever we have guests, I would just have to tell them like, this is what you're gonna be sleeping with, I hope it's okay. And they'd be like, I don't care, whatever, it's just for a couple of days, I'll be fine. And most times it's usually family members, so no big deal at the end of the day. But I just personally did not like the idea, but I just had to make it work anyways. So fast forward to our next home, I was able to like, you know, pick out like a dedicated room for my closet. It wasn't as big as this one, so I was unable to install my dream closet in that space. I knew we're gonna move into a new home, so I decided to just, you know, do something temporary. So in that closet, I just had like a couple of IKEA Billy shelves. I just put my bags, my shoes on that closet, and it was inside that same room. I would also record my YouTube videos and all that, but I couldn't do makeup in that room because I didn't have a vanity space in that room. So, you know, moving into her new home, my plan was to actually install my dream closet eventually. So I started to do my research. You know, I looked at so many Instagram pictures. I watched so many YouTube videos. I saw that people actually just DIY'd it. You know, people that did not do DIY, they used a company. It's either you DIY or you use a company. DIY, do it yourself, or you use a company. So long story short, I'm like, no, I'm using a company because I want to tell them what I want. I want them to know the look and feel, so they can just go ahead and install and make it happen for me. So yeah, which was what I did. I started doing my research. You know, I found this particular company, and they are supposed to be the most reasonably priced company in this area where I live. I live in the DFW area in Texas. Like the other ones that I found, some of them even actually had their prices on their website, and they were like already super crazy. So these people, I went for them because they stated on their website that they work with all budgets. So my expectation was that they would actually give me like different options to choose from. That's what my expectation was when they said that they work with like different types of budgets. So that kind of like attracted me. So I reached out to them. They assigned an agent to me. She came a couple of times. We went through what I wanted. Before we got started, I kind of asked her, I said, can you give me a ballpark of, you know, just give me a ballpark. She was unable to give me any idea because she said it all depends on so many things. So then I looked at a particular picture on the catalog she brought me, and I'm like, what about this kind of closet? What do you think? She was like around 10K ish. You know, I'm like, what about 8? Not like 8, 10. She was like, oh, like 10K ish. I'm like, Immediately I heard that, I'm like, does it include the flooring? Because the floor of this room actually had carpet, so I wanted to also change it to hardwood, not hardwood, to vinyl floor. So I'm like, does it include the vinyl floor? She was like, no, just the closet only. And that closet that I was looking at as an example wasn't even, I mean, did not even have everything. Like, it did not even have everything that I wanted. So I'm like, where would that take me? You know, I was confused at that point. So, and that was actually at a second visit. The first visit, she was just, she only came to just consult with me, just kind of like get my idea. Then the second visit, she already had the plans drawn out. She came for measurements. You know, that was when at the end of everything, I was able to ask her to just give me like an idea of price, you know. So when she gave me that price, I was like, you know, I was confused. Then she said immediately and told me, well, again, it depends on your selections. I'm like, okay, fine. So fast forward, you know, she asked me about my budget too, but I'm like, no, I've never installed a professional closet before, so I'm not gonna say, okay, my budget is 1K, 2K. I don't want to sound ridiculous, right? So I just would prefer that you tell me what it is, then I tell you if it works for me or not. You know, I did not want to waste our time or anything, but she insisted to keep going. I'm like, okay, maybe it's part of the marketing strategy. I'm like, okay, let's go. So fast forward to when she eventually gave me my bill, you know, and again, in the course of the process, you know, she allowed me to select, like, okay, she would tell me, okay, do you want like a gold handle knob, or do you want like a brass finish, or do you want a glass here, do you want a wood here, do you want, I mean, she gave me like all those options, and she told me the ones that are expensive versus the ones that are not so expensive. So I mostly went for the ones that are not so expensive because I did not want to keep adding things on that would like bump up my price so much that I'll be discouraged at the end of the day. Fast forward to the day when she eventually presented to me my ballpark, I mean the total that I'll be paying. She gave me the total of 18,000 USD. I said, what? Excuse me? Like, that's like how many months worth of mortgage? Do you want my husband to send me out of this house? What? 18K? Like, seriously? I was like, I wish I had 18k, sincerely speaking. Then I won't even be having this conversation with you. Like, if I have 18k cash to use for closet, don't get me wrong, I wish I have 18k cash to use for closet, then I won't be having this conversation with you. I'll probably be like, you know, somewhere on the yacht with somebody's son, you know, enjoying life, sipping wine, drink, you know. I mean, sincerely speaking, I mean, it's that money might not be enough to do so much depending on who you are, but depending on me, that's like a lot of money to do so much in my life right now. So I said, what? But I thought she like, yeah, that's what it is. But then we can just calm down. We can give you a discount. We can give you, if you decide to go for the financing option, you can just blah blah. I mean, she just gave me all these options. At the end of the day, the options that she was giving me, none of them was reducing the price. You know, I'm like, okay, when you had the discount, what will happen? She said, okay, she could have the discount and it would take me to like 16,000 and some change, 300 and something, 16,300 and I think 35. I mean, I can see the numbers like in my head right now. It's that bad, because when I was getting started with this, again, this was like a dream for me. Like, I've always dreamt of my own custom made closet, just exactly the way that I want it, you know. And I thought maybe I was there financially. I mean, I thought maybe I was at the point where I could afford it. I kind of saved some money up to do this because I really, really wanted it. So I did not want to, you know, be discouraged, you know, and I kept asking her from the beginning, like, how much it would cost. And she was unable to give me, you know, like an estimate, you know, to when she now applied the discount and she gave me like 16,300 and some change. I'm like, no, this is still like outrageous. Then she was like, that okay, well, then I'll have to start removing stuff or replacing stuff. Then we now sat down with it. I started removing stuff. After I have removed everything, I was at 10,000 and some change. And at 10,000 and some change, most of the things that I loved were gone. So I was still going to go ahead and do it at that point at 10k. I think what I had in my head was like 10k, like, okay, 10,000, you know, I should be able to like get it done, installed with all the things that I wanted, you know, I should be able to do everything. But at 10k, I was not at where I would love to be. It wasn't giving me what I wanted. So I'm like, so what was the point? Initially, I actually agreed on the spot, you know, like somebody is marketing to you now, like she's already getting into my brain, and immediately I'm like, okay, well, 10,000 seems fair. Okay, well, I mean, still I still need to talk to my husband, because of course that's the person that will sign off on that kind of money. So I'm like, okay, I still need to talk to my husband, I still need to consult with him, you know, give me time, but then I think this is more doable for me. Then she left. So when she left, I told my husband, like, babe, guess what this woman said? So I gave him everything, all the story, and you know, he appreciated the fact that I did not even say I want to go for the 18k or 16k, and I tried to like negotiate till 10. But he said, but is that what you want? Is 10k gonna give you that your dream closet that you want? I said, no, it's not giving me everything. And it was like, so what's the point? So why would I spend 10,000 to support your dream and then you are still not fulfilled? Then he kind of like spoiled the whole thing. I'm like, babe, that's true. So I started to, you know, think about it. But then at the same time, then I started to think about it. So at this point, I now started looking at YouTube, like this same IKEA packs wardrobe idea that people use that I did not want to use, you know, and I started reviewing, you know, and looking at people's DIY review and all that. And, you know, I started watching and, you know, considering IKEA, like, you know what, can I just do the IKEA myself? So I was not trying to look for like a low budget options, you know. My husband was like, if, you know, each time he tries to, let me tell you the trick this guy played on me. So he would tell me, babe, you have to make sure you're getting what you want. So for example, I was meant to have an island in the room. I was meant to have an island. It did not include the chandelier. Like in all this price, chandelier was not there. The lighting was not there. Obviously, like it was just, you know, the closet, you know, and a desk, you know. There was no mirror, you know. It was just ridiculous in my opinion. So blah blah. My husband would tell me, babe, you're not getting your dream closet. The island is not there. I think I like that island idea as well. This is my husband talking. I think I like that island idea as well. And you said you took it out of the list. So when you have taken that one out now, like, will you? I mean, it won't be nice, Joe. And at the same time, when I now say, okay, should I start looking at IKEA option? Should I start looking at the IKEA Pax wardrobe option? You'd be like, are you sure that's gonna give you what you want? Are you sure that will look like what you... And I'm like, babe, you're even confusing me the more. Which one should I do now? Should I just go ahead and do this one like that, or should I just go ahead and look at the IKEA option? He was like on the fence. He didn't want to push me, which I eventually understand, because he just had to allow me do what I wanted to do. So it's not going to be like, you know, he pushed me to do what he wanted or what he thought was good. So yeah, it was really on the fence, and it wasn't really helping the matter. So I was extremely confused, you know. So I started looking at the IKEA option, you know, and I was like, okay, I think I can make do with this, you know. I saw a couple of people's closet that they made with the IKEA Pax wardrobe. It was like, oh yeah, okay, fine, cool, check it out. Then I got on IKEA website and everything was gone. I'm like, okay, what exactly are we gonna do now? Like, you check if this unit is gone. You check that unit is gone. I'm like, okay, this is not making sense. In the middle of my research, somebody mentioned that, you know, you would actually go on the website, you will, you know, design the wardrobe yourself, then you know, just put all the parts in the cart and it will come to you. So eventually I found my way to the IKEA design studio, where, so when you go on ikea.com, you will type in Pax wardrobe, I believe, yeah, PAX wardrobe, and then there is a design studio at the bottom where you begin to design the wardrobe. And the good thing is, while you are designing, it will not allow you to have the things that they don't have available in your area. So that one was another struggle again. So I just went in again. I was on the studio. I started to design the closet, you know. While I'm doing all this, I'm still actually considering using this lady. Then eventually I just thought to myself, like, okay, while I'm in the middle of maybe using IKEA or using this lady, why don't I just also begin to consult for the flooring? Because all the money does not include the flooring of the room. So why don't I start consulting for the flooring? So then I consulted for the flooring. I got a good flooring company, you know. I mean, maybe good, not so good. It doesn't really matter right now. Like, the flooring is done. Maybe not as perfect as I wanted, but hey, it's done and they're out of my house. So yeah, I contacted this flooring company. They came, they measured, they gave a quote, they got it done. You know, in the process of me actually still deciding on what to do, they actually got the flooring done. I went ahead and I set up the whole closet in the design studio, and I was done, and it looked okay to me. Now it got to the part of ordering. Then I added everything to cart, because there's an option to just add everything you've added to your closet in the design studio to cart. Then I added everything to cart. At the point of, I was so excited about this. I'm like, okay, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I'm going to make it work. I'll put it all together myself. I didn't find some pieces. You know, there were just a lot of things that wasn't available. I just had to like make something work, you know, because in the studio, it looks like a room where you're able to measure. I already know the measurement of the room. So I was using that to like put in all these shelves. So eventually I did not even find like so many things that would have been nice to be in the closet itself. I didn't find those things. I just have to like, whatever, make it work. When I do the tour, you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. Like, I just had to make like a lot of things work. At the point of checkout, I think, well, I think my total was somewhere around, you know, 3,000 and some change, you know, because at this time it wasn't just the closet. I also had the vanity desk in my setup as well. So I also had the vanity desk in my setup in my cart as well. So excluding the mirror, it didn't have the mirror. I'll show you all of these things again in details when I'm doing the tour, but then just to like give you like context, just an idea of, you know, what I eventually did, you know. So the closet, all the parts, all the hardware, the vanity desk, then the vanity desk. So I was somewhere around 3,000 and some change, you know. So I'm like, okay, cool. The biggest challenge now happened when I was checking out. Then I found out that some parts, not majority of the parts were available and ready to ship to my house, but some major parts were not available. I'm like, okay, excuse me. Another, as in, I was so bumped, like, oh my God, like seriously, you know. And okay, anyways, I checked out. I just checked out. So in case it happens to you, just go ahead and check out. Then because hoping that as time goes on, I'll find this different parts, you know, gradually. So because on each part that were not available, I was able to schedule like an email alert for the availability when it's available. So I went ahead and I set up email alerts for the things that, you know, were not available. For example, the pull-out trays, like the two of them, no size of pull-out trays were available in my area. The wooden shelves itself, like the one you put in to create the sections, I didn't have like enough. Like some of them were missing. Like, you know, everything was just like very, very small. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be discouraged. I'm just gonna continue. So yeah, then the whole thing came to my house. I'm going to be inserting a clip again to show you the pile of the units. They came, the whole closet was delivered twice. So I had like 2 major deliveries and 1 small delivery of like hardware and some stuff. So long story short, the delivery came, then I contacted like a couple of contractors to help me install, and the installation was like around 900 was what I was charged in total for the installation, you know, apart from the flooring again. So I think the installation was like around 900 USD for everything. So I just, you know, put it all together. I mean, the contractors came, they put it all together, like the ones that are available, not even everything. That's the downside. So the ones that I was missing, I now started looking for it like everywhere. So I would actually call my friends like, oh, can you me check the IKEA near you? Do they have this? Do they have this? Do they have that? Eventually I found everything I was missing on eBay. But for example, the pull-out tray on IKEA website is $30 US, but on IKEA it's like $145 US, including shipping. I'm like, okay, what happened exactly? Why would I use $145 to buy something that is $30? You know, I'll use that extra money to take a road trip and go and look for it in another IKEA location. Eventually what I had to do was, for the parts that are missing, that are like totally sold out in my area, I had to ship them to a different address, like at my friend's or my dad's. Then I'll have them shipped to me. So that way I'm paying around times 2. So for example, the pull-out tray was shipped to Maryland, my dad's house in Maryland. I bought it for like $30 some change with tax. Then he paid like $30 and some change to ship it down to me. So in total I paid like 60 or 65 or something USD, compared to $145 on eBay, you know. So I still had to like do all those extra sacrifice, but eventually I got all the missing parts. So when those other missing parts came, my husband now did those installations by himself. Like those ones were just like minor ones, so he did those ones by himself. However, I got a contractor to install like the major closet itself. Is this like my dream closet, like the one that I see in my vision? The answer is no. However, what I have right now, I love a lot, because it works really well with this space. If I had everything that I want in my dream closet in this room, it's not gonna fit. I won't be able to use this space for the other things that I want to do, like record my YouTube video, play my dress up TikTok reels and all that. I won't be able to use this room for that. I won't be able to put in my vanity space, which I'm going to be showing you in the tour. I won't be able to put in like the things that I have here now, and of course my lights, my gadgets. I won't be able to fit all these things in if I have everything that I actually want in my dream closet. So the moral of the story is, I'm not giving up. It's gonna still get to a point in my life where I can just go ahead and be like, oh, 18K, okay, it's okay, I'll just write the check and they'll get it done. That time is still coming in my life. I'm not there yet, and I just had to make do with what I got from IKEA, which is not bad, and I am happy, you know, even with what I eventually have. Like everything that I have, I am super duper happy with. You guys will see the reason for my excitement. Like I love everything that I have and where I am. I just wanted to come share with you just gist, like in case you are also like in my shoes, or in case you are, you know, planning to do the same thing, just to help you to understand that even if you're not able to do like your dream professionally installed closet, you can use IKEA. And in case you see any issues with IKEA, this is how to cross the hurdle. I think it's best, you know, it's best and more economical to do the shopping of the parts yourself, and you can go ahead and outsource. Like for somebody like me, I'm not a handy girl kind of person. I do have a handyman, which is my husband, but then I don't want to stress him out on things like this. You know, I prefer to use his energy on other things, you know, than having him do the installation by himself. So I just went ahead and I contracted like handymen that came and did it. They installed everything, installed the lights, installed the vanity desk, and they were done in like a day. So yeah, that's all about today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if there's anything you want to know, if there's any more information you'd like to know about this closet, apart from the tour, which I'll be doing soon, feel free to leave them for me in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much for watching again. I hope you remain blessed, and I wish you peace.